Hi, Miss Jean here. The last few weeks we've been talking about the beginnings of America. We visited Boston Harbor and Boston Common. They're both behind me in the distance here. Today I'm at Dorchester Heights. Now, it was right here in the middle of the night of March 4th, 1776 that an incredible event in the history of the American Revolution began. It was a miraculous event, you could say. The British Army and the American soldiers have been fighting for over a year. The British had a strong presence in the city of Boston, and the Americans had to think creatively. They had a new commander-in-chief, General George Washington. And under Washington, they hatched a plan for this area. Now, both the Americans and the British wanted to occupy this high ground. From here, you see, they could see the harbor and the city. Now, because the British Army was bigger and more powerful, the Americans decided to sneak up here. In the middle of the night on March 4th, 800 men stood guard, and quietly, 1,200 other men climbed the hill. Now, they lined their path with hay bales so that the British wouldn't hear them. They set up the cannons and fortifications. And when the British soldiers woke up the next morning, they couldn't believe that the Americans had occupied this hill overnight. Now, the British Army planned an attack. They decided to sneak up here and to fight the Americans. But then things changed. A winter storm blew into Boston. The storm was so bad that one of the American soldiers described it as a hurricane. The winds blew so hard that ships' anchors let loose and 2 ships crashed onto shore. Freezing rain and snow coated the hills with ice. The British Army couldn't fight, and so the American soldiers were safe here. Now, they were saved by a miraculous winter storm. It seemed as if God was on the side of this small band of soldiers. The Americans reclaimed the city of Boston, and they didn't fire a single shot from any of the cannons up here at Dorchester Heights. Instead, the mighty army was defeated by a storm. Now, it might seem like a coincidence of weather, but over and over again, the Americans were victorious. And they didn't believe it was a coincidence. It seemed instead that God wanted them to win, that it was part of His plan to create a new nation here. Well, thanks for watching this short series on the beginnings of America from On Location in Boston. I'm Miss Jean, and we'll see you next time.